Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I see I've got Tabitha Kadoka here as my plaintiff. I see Juliana Miyahara as my defendant. Ms. Kadoka, you have Ms. here in Stephen, and this is your son, I'm understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And they've both been sworn in?
They've all been sworn in, Your Honor.
Excellent, thank you. All right, I see, Ms. Kadoka, you are suing Ms. Miyahara for $2,270. What brings you to court today?
Your Honor, I allowed my son to go to a trip with her family, and due to her negligence, he was in an accident and injured.
What is the relationship you have with this woman?
I know this woman because my son, Stephen here, is best friends with her son, Noah. They go to the same school.
Okay.
They're on the ski racing team. And through him interacting with my son, Noah went on a trip with my family. We went camping. He's a lovely young man. We had a good time. We're two mothers.
So you guys were mom
different
friends,
events.
right? So you
Yes.
guys were mom friends, and your sons were close with each other, hence y'all's relationship. And this was going very well, it sounds like, because your son, you trusted to go on a camping trip with his family?
Yes.
And did that go well?
It went well. He did come with a lot of mosquito bites and his knees were cut up.
But that's what happened. You go camping.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to tell her, is that it's an accident.
Okay, so then, well, okay, hold on, we'll parse this out, ladies. So then you allow your son to go on a trip with her and her family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what kind of trip was this?
This was going to be a skiing trip. We live in Breckenridge, Colorado. It's going to be in Wyoming at Jackson Hole.
Very familiar.
Being on the ski team, I thought it would be great practice and have a lot of fun. It was going to be on New Year's Eve. So that being said, I got a call the first day and it was going great.
You got a call from your son?
I got a call from my son, and you know, there was no reason to worry. I trust her, and it seemed like a fabulous time.
Okay, and what happened on day 2?
It started getting a little bit later, and I hadn't got a call yet. I get a call. It's not my son, Juliana.
Okay.
And my son is in the hospital, and he's going to have surgery because he broke his tibia.
Okay, so you've got some evidence for me. Go ahead and hand that over to my bailiff. Thank you, ma'am.
It was not skiing, which
would have been understandable.
Would have been understandable. He was asked by the family, pressured by Juliana to go skijoring.
What is that, ma'am? I've never heard of that in my life.
I never had either. So you have a horse, and there's a rope that's strapped onto the horse, and then the person is skiing behind the horse, you know, up to 40 miles per hour.
So this is like an obstacle course by horse-led skier?
Yes.
Well, let's look at this membership here. So this membership receipt, you paid this, ma'am, for your son to be a member of the ski club?
The ski racing team, $1,200.
$1,200.
Because he broke his tibia.
Yeah.
He was not able to ski that season that I paid for.
So this is something for back home that he was on? Okay.
Yes.
Then I'm seeing there was, this is his flight to the trip?
This is my flight. So I get a call from this woman, Juliana, that my son is being cared for and he's going to be in surgery, but she's got it taken care of.
You did not trust her at that point,
I did not.
to care for your son. So you hopped on first thing smoking and you went yourself and you flew out there, and this is your receipt for a $575 flight.
It is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then I'm seeing a hotel room. Well, it wasn't a one.
It was not.
Well, wait a minute now.
But it was close.
Okay, I got the facts, ladies. $495, so that's a pricey room, but that's what it cost. Okay. And then I see this be a hospital bill, $750 for the surgery, evaluation, and the ambulance. So this is $750 that you also paid.
She paid this bill, which shows that, Your Honor, in my opinion, that she knows that she was at fault.
So you did pay for his hospital bills?
I did pay.
Why did you choose to pay?
I paid because I felt awful, because he was in pain, and I thought that would be a really nice gesture to make. It was not my fault. It was an accident, and I thought I was going above and beyond to help her. And
then I'm also seeing physical therapy you've presented to the court, ma'am, that your son has had to endure?
Yes, and she also paid for that.
Oh, you also paid for that?
I did.
Okay, so you did spend over $1,000. Okay, so you want $2,270 to pay for your airfare, the hotel, and the ski camp.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, you know who I think it's time to hear from? Mr. Steve. Come on and approach and stand next to your mother, young man. Okay, how are you feeling? Let's start with that. How are you feeling physically today, sir?
Your Honor, I'm feeling very emotionally distraught.
And why is that?
Miss Juliana has been pressured me, and her family had pressured me to do the skijoring activity.
And you asked.
Ma'am, I'm going to be putting this young man by myself. Thank you. You're saying that you felt pressured
Correct.
by not only this woman, but her son?
It was the son, but it was also the mother. It was the mother's idea. So Juliana noticed that there was a skijoring event, and
Had you heard of this before?
I have not. Surprisingly, it's very uncommon, but it's very popular area, and I thought it was kind of crazy. I was like, "Whoa!" I thought it was cool. I was like, "Yo, like these people doing some very crazy activities."
So you thought it was crazy, and you were interested in it, though?
Yeah, I was not interested.
Oh, you were not?
In doing it, absolutely not. But I was interested in watching it and seeing how the people performed. But she wanted to do it with everybody.
And you did do it, right?
I did do it. May I say something, Your Honor?
Quickly.
Okay. They saw it first, and they're the ones that got excited. And
Meaning the boys?
The boys saw it first and came to me and my husband and I and wanted to do this cool, crazy.
Well, he
is
did
good.
say it was cool and crazy.
Yeah, they thought it was. They had to do it. It was so cool. Come on.
So you did it first? And did your husband do it?
Right after me.
Okay, and you guys did it successfully?
Blast.
Did your son do it?
My son did it.
And was he successful?
Successful.
And were you the last to go?
I was the last one to go.
Okay, and not so successful.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, I think I probably have heard enough from you. If I need more, I'll retain your services. You can have a seat,
Thank you, Your
Stephen. Okay. Right, now, Ms. Cadeau, what I'm hearing here is your son just told the court that he felt a little peer pressure, but he also said he thought it was kind of cool and there was some willingness on his part. Doesn't sound like there was a proverbial gun to his head exactly. Would you agree?
I do think he's 16 and he was put in the care of an adult who signed off on him going and didn't ask my permission.
No, she didn't ask your permission, but I want to ask, how much permission did you ask her when her 16-year-old son was in your care and y'all were out in the woods and in the wilderness? Because you're both mothers, right? I want to applaud you both. You are both hardworking mothers and both seem like you're raising exceptional men. But in this lifestyle that you are privileged enough to live comes some risks. So with that said, ma'am, you were the most seasoned adult. You did have the most responsibility. Why not pick up the phone and say, hey, we're thinking about doing something kind of cool, but it's kind of risky. What do you think?
The reason why is because it still was skiing, and it was such. I saw kids doing it. It didn't seem as a risk. It just seemed something new.
Okay. Without any further ado, I think I'm ready to make a judgment. Here's where I want to start. I do want to applaud you, Madam Defendant, for at least having the integrity to say your son was in my care, whether I'm at fault or not. Let me cover the medical expenses, because he was hurt indeed and he needed to be recovered. Now, Ms. Kadoka, there were some things that you incurred that the court thinks is reasonable and some things that you did that I don't think were reasonable. Now, this $495 hotel room and this Aspen Air flight, so you spent $1,070 on just your travel to go to the bedside of your sweet baby boy here. Only thing is, he's 16 years old. He's got a cell phone. You got a cell phone, young man?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
There were two adults and her husband. The court finds it was unreasonable for you to fly to his aid. Okay, he was in medical care, he had insurance, he had coverage, or desire to go be by his bedside and spend $1,000 to do so, the court deems to be your choice and not very reasonable one. However, the fact that your son had to forfeit ski season to the tune of $1,200, I do find is in the scope of reasonableness for you to expect some return expense around. Because while I do think that this is a very intelligent young man, and I think if he really didn't want to do it, he could have refused it. I do think that I would have held you to a higher standard because you are the adult, you are the supervisor, and you are the authority. Therefore, the court rules in favor of the plaintiff, but only for $1,200, only for fees associated with the ski membership. That is my ruling.
All rise. Judge.